All right, so we're going to start on our final last look for the Rihanna Diamonds video, this look that's inspired by the video. And now we're going to go full on smoky, smoldering eye look on the lid. So what I'm doing right now, I'm using a rounded flat brush. Now remember, when you're using a flat brush, you can easily lay on color um, compared to like a fluffy brush. So use a flat brush. And I'm actually using a cream shadow because I want to get really some saturated pigment onto the lens. And I'm doing little strokes just to lay on the color, and then I'm going to do all the blending in a minute. So it'll all get cleaned up, I promise you. But yeah, make sure that for this look, you don't want to do anything too winged out. You just want to really smoke the lid, and you want to keep it in the full circumference of the lid, and you want to stop right on the inner socket of the lid, so where the deep set part is, and you just kind of go right on the whole shape of the eyelid. So now I'm going to just, like I said, I'm going to make sure to blend all this together. So I'm going to do both eyes because I like to make sure that when I do both eyes that there's really significant balance to the application. And I always say that when you work on both eyes at the same time simultaneously, it really does help with the balance. And smoky eyes, is really tricky because it's as easy as it may look. It's actually one of the hardest looks to do because you really have to make sure that you keep a really good balance on both eyes, and you also have to architect it to make sure that it's balanced and it's on in a way where there's symmetry for the face. You don't want the eyes to look too raccoonish. You got to really put it on where it does bring the best features out. So there's a definite level of shading and architecting when you put on any kind of smoldering dark colors on the eyes. So now I'm just laying down the color, the dark black color, and I'm just kind of getting that into place. Just going to go over, and I'm lifting the eyebrows a little bit and just kind of giving the last minute, you know, just touch up of what I want to lay on for color before I do my blending. So blending now, I'm going to use now a thicker rounded brush, and this one has a slightly fuller head, but it has actually a more heavier head. It's much more thicker. So I mean, whatever works for you, but I like this brush because it really gets to the inner corners and as well in the deep set part of the eyes, and it just blends everything in because I don't want to go too much onto the lids because I want the color to stay on. So I'm taking a really flat brush again, and I'm going to just rim the lower lash line, and just with the cream shadow. You can also use a gel liner. I'm using a cream shadow, and just go right on the lash line. I don't want to go so thick on the bottom, but I want to really definitely add some depth to the liner and really smolder it out. So I'm just going right from the start of her lash line to the end, and I'm pulling it all back, and then I'm just going to go right into the deeper inset of her lash line, and I'm just going to add just a little bit more, and I'm just going to see, one thing about when you're using creams, the skin will saturate, the oils will definitely saturate the color, so you may have to just kind of reapply a little bit more, and just adding a little bit more just to keep the balance of the colors to be in place. And you want to make sure you don't want to over blend it. So I'm just kind of going over a little bit more just to add some more depth. And so just follow my lead. And like I said, for any of these techniques, you can go to the online training course, and that's we'll have the URL, so you can go and click on those if you're interested in taking online training, or if you want, you can come to Hollywood and get personalized training by me. And I will definitely, and as well some of the other teachers that we have at MKC Beauty Academy, we can give you hands-on training, and you can definitely get some master level work after you get this training. And it's pretty cool. The people that we've trained come from all over the world, and they leave with such great careers. So if you're ever interested, definitely. Otherwise, just subscribe to these videos, and I will keep making as many inspirational tutorials. And also, please do recommend any looks that you would like for me to demo. So now I'm doing a blending of the black that I did. I'm just smudging it in, and then so I'm going to also rim it now underneath the black with a little bit of a taupey brown, and this one has a touch of shimmer. I just want to just kind of support the black and then just kind of pull it down. Now please remember, I'm doing this really fast for you all, so don't think that I'm this fast. Usually these looks take a little bit more time and effort, so take your time. And I'm doing this really quick so I can just show you, so you can see the transition of the first video to the second video to the third video. So now I'm putting some fallout powder. So I'm just using translucent powder. I'm using a little bit of a lighter translucent because I want to also lift the underneath the eyes after I dust away the powder. This helps from the fallout. So I'm now putting black powder onto the lid over the cream shadow, because what I want now is I want to really pack a punch with the black. And if you look at the Rihanna video, it's really pretty intense on the lid. So this just kind of sets the cream shadow and just adds much more of an even flow, and I'm just kind of going right onto the lid. And here I'm going to go on this. So using the cream shadow underneath is such a great way to really create high pigmentation on the lid with the black. A lot of people tend to put just use straight powder, and then they don't get the same intensity. This is a really great trick. So definitely try this trick, especially if you want to have long wear, and if you're doing a photo shoot, or you just want to have a really great intensity if you're going to a club, or if you're just gonna wear this a lot for an all-day thing or an all-evening thing. Definitely this is a really good trick to have long wear. You can also use a very soft spun powder, and that will do the same trick, and also use a good eye base as well. So I'm just going in there right now just to do, and then I'm gonna of course go into it and really balance it out. So I just want to make sure that it get this full on, and you'll see when we get done how intense this look is, considering. So now I'm just going to blend that in with my blending brush, and I'm just going to go right around the edges and just kind of pull it all together and smooth it out. And I'm actually putting a touch of a highlighter powder on the brush so I can just blend that in together. And I'm just kind of, now I'm going to get some highlighting powder and go right over the brow bone again, because I want to pick it up more. I want to really open the eyes up and lift them out. So I'm using a highlighter powder. I'm going to blend this all in, so it looks like it's kind of on there, but you'll see I'm going to blend it all in together. So use that and just right there, and I kind of pull it all the way in. So I'm using now my loose blending brush, and I put actually a little bit of a taupe powder on there, and I'm just kind of working in the crease and as well on the inner corners of the eyelid, and I'm just doing sort of a graduation blend. So see, I'm using that kind of goldy taupey color, and I'm just going right into the corners just to give it a little bit of gradation. And this is a really good trick too, because it really does create a nice gradation to the eyes. So now I'm going to add some strip lashes, and you should definitely cut them to size. And I did put a little too much glue on, so I'm going to clean it up right now. You guys, I'm doing this really fast. I don't mean to have any excuses, but I want you guys to see all this in like warp speed. So, okay, I'm going to lay the other strip lash. Make sure you mascara before you lay any strip lashes, or any individual for that matter. Oh, I did put a lot of glue in, so just make sure to wipe it away. Wipe any excess glue away pretty fast, because otherwise it dries up and it gets really clunky. Okay, so that needs to go on there. We're almost done, you guys. I promise you, you will be so happy to see the results of this. Okay, so now we're going to let that dry. I'm going to clean the little glue up right there. And see how the lashes, you can see the little bit of the groove of the lashes and where the glue is. It will dry clear, but I am going to now just put some black gel liner on it, because when it dries I want it to be all black. I don't want any kind of like glue showing, or any wiry areas of the lash line. If you use black glue, that works really well too, so that'll help eliminate, but I still like to just make sure that, you know, I'm lining it. I'm just using the gel liner right now, and I'm just putting that right on the edge of the lash line of the lashes, and then I'm just gonna kind of go right into the areas that will definitely poke out a little bit with the glue. So this is a really great trick to cover it up, and see as it dries it will definitely see now it's a little sticky. I'm gonna take that out. This happens, you guys, when you put glue and it sticks to the bottom. You just gotta lift it out. There you go. And I'm just gonna take some of that. It's a little bit on there. There's some. I'm just gonna go with some black gel liner right there. And I'm running out of time, but I'm gonna do this really fast so you can see it and see that this look is definitely coming together. Now remember, stage one, first part of the video is the natural part of the diamonds video. The second one is like where she's laying with the sweater, and she's got a little bit more on. That's the second video. And the third video is the last look where she's running and she's got these really intense eyes. It's 3 different looks, or you can do this look, but you gotta go from all 3 stages of those videos. So now I'm using my complexion brush. This is my signature brush I've been using forever and ever, and I'm just gonna dust off all the flyaway, and I'm just gonna now just blend everything together, and I'm gonna put a little blush on just to like pick up those areas, and just put a little color back into her skin just to blend everything. And I'm gonna finish this off with after I do a little bit more blush and a little bit of highlight underneath, and just really clean that area. I'm gonna finish this off with kind of a metallic-y color lip, and in the video she has this very metallic-y looking lip color. It's kind of plumish color, so I'm gonna just put that on there. And I'm just going to first use my finger to just put a little gloss because her lips are dry. And then I'm just going to put that metallic-y kind of plum color. And it's so pretty. It's such a pretty color. I tell you, that video, I love it. I love the looks that they did on her, and I definitely encourage you all to try these looks. And I hope you did learn something. Please subscribe to it, like it, and if you want to go more in depth with the training, I encourage you to take the online training course, or if you want to really get some serious training, come and book a private class with me or any of my teachers. And that's it. So there you go. Rihanna Diamond inspired music video looks, part 3.